How you doing? Alright, today we're going to go over performance chips for Volvo 240, 740, 940 red block engines, rear wheel drive Volvos. It's going to cover anything that's fuel injected, and it's going to be your LH 2.4 operating system on the ECU. If you got an LH 2.2, none of this is going to apply to you. Before I get into any of the ECU stuff, I want to do like a little subscriber shout out, like thank you. I just got to 464 subscribers. Been in business for a while here. I've been making videos since like 2017, so it's just like a kind of a slow chug. It'd be really cool to get to 500 subscribers. So if you guys are watching and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, get notifications. I'm going to start doing videos where at the end of every video I'm going to do a pull of my car and try to like do a little bit of improvement on the boost or something like that, just to give you guys a little bit of entertainment so it's a little bit more interesting. Since the beginning I've been subscribed to some pretty good channels, and I want to like get you guys into some of these channels if you're not already. Like some of my favorite Volvo channels. Since the beginning, from a long time ago, I was watching Volvo 5-cylinder. He's like this Finnish dude or Swedish dude or something, but it's like all English videos and it's real informative. Check his channel out. It's Volvo 5-cylinder. And then there's the other one, Simply Volvo. It's this dude Matt Michelow. He's in Maryland. He's just doing like crazy engine builds, like 500, 700,000 horsepower on this 5-cylinder white block engine. So he's pretty out there, you know, pretty expensive with his builds and stuff, but definitely check out his channel. The other one for like your red block engines, there's this dude, it's like Volvo Sweden, or I'll put a link in the description below, but he's in California, but he's a Swedish dude. He does a lot of red block maintenance videos that are real precise, and like he tells you exactly what to do, so I like a lot of his videos too. I'm pretty sure it's Volvo Sweden, but I'll put a link in the description to that. And then some of the other channels that I've just been following from the beginnings, like PA Tuners, he's pretty good. He's got these Hondas and Hondas. And then you got 802 Garage, is the dude in Vermont, and he's got tons of cool cars, lots of Subarus. He's got an Eclipse too. I'm sure I'm missing some people, but yeah, if you guys have been watching, definitely subscribe. If you help me get to 500, that'd be fucking excellent. So we'll get into this unboxing here. I'm going to link these two videos together. This is going to be the ignition video, and then I have another fuel ECU video that I'll put on the end of this one. So it's all one, and you guys can just click on it and be able to get right to it. So I don't know, I like to do unboxings when I do these videos because it's like always cool just to open the box and see what the fuck's in there, you know, like what the fuck did this person send me. So what we have here is a chippable ignition computer. So when you're doing your performance chips, you're going to get the chips from somebody. I will put a link to the guy that I got my chips from, but what you really got to do is get on TurboBricks and get educated about, you know, what type of chip you're going to use for your car. There's not many different ones, but I do have like the set of chips that I have is for like around 200 horsepower, and it's for the OEM MAF sensor, the 2.5-inch MAF sensor. And there's also a set of chips available for a 3-inch MAF sensor that I didn't buy. The price difference isn't very much, but get into this one here. So when you get chips for your car here, most of the time your fuel ECU, the Jetronic metal box ECU, is going to be chippable. You can open that ECU up and it has a socket for you to plug the chip in, which I'm going to do in the other video. But your EZK, which is this black box here, your ignition computer, these are not always chippable. In fact, most of the time they're not. So what you want to do is open this back box up and just make sure that yours isn't. I'm going to open this up here in a second and show you guys how to do it. But basically there's going to be a little circuit board in here, and you'll be able to see where the chip would plug into this one. And I ordered this from eBay, and I'm going to be pretty pissed off if it's not chippable. So we'll open it up here and see. Okay, I got the screws out. It's a moment of truth here. We're going to open it up and see if we get fucked or not. Thank you, Jesus. Alright, so here's what you want to look for in here is, like when you open up the EZK, there's always going to be this flat circuit board here, but this one here that's standing up like on a 90-degree angle isn't in every single one. So if you can find one that has this circuit board in it, keep it. And this little plastic cover comes off the chip. Pull the chip out just like we're going to do the fuel ECU and swap it in for the performance chip. You can also purchase a daughter card, which is what this thing is called, and have somebody or yourself solder it into this this circuit board. It's possible, but you have to have like some electronic skills, which I do not. Or I mean, you could probably take it to somebody and have it done if you couldn't find one of these. But this was pretty easy to find on eBay. It was 120 bucks. I didn't think it was crazy expensive. I've seen ones that were 300. So, you know, we went with it. I'm going to put my chip in here and hopefully my car will work with it. So, removal of the old chip is pretty easy. When you're looking at this thing, there's going to be this cover over top of it. And you got to just pry this cover off without destroying the fucking circuit board. It's not very hard. I just took this pocket knife. There's two little holes. The pocket knife in the one hole like this, like right in the center. And it'll give you enough like action that you can pry this thing, obviously, as you see. Boop, pry it open. See you later. And this chip isn't soldered in here or anything. It's a chip socket. Let me get some focus. You fuck! The chip socket, and there's a little notch to indicate the direction of the chip. And you just take something like an old fucking knife and rip it out of there. And it's just like all these little legs. So, then you got your chip socket. The selfie cam on my camera is not very fucking good at focusing, but maybe we can get it. There we go. There we go. It's coming. Maybe not. Okay, sorry to waste your time. So, anyways, we'll get the performance chip and put it in. Okay, and as a special added bonus, there is a local 240 that I'm going to creep up on right here. It's all banged down and lowered. I want to fucking wreck. What's up? Alright, I got both chips fucking installed. I got both chips in here. The ignition chip and the fuel ECU chip. And any of the reading I've done about any kind of performance modifications that you make with your ECU recommends that you drive it for a couple 100 miles or 50 miles or something like that first to let the ECU learn the new software. So you can't really expect to see immediate results whenever you pull your computer apart and put a chip in there. So I already went and got myself a coffee here, as you can see, and I've been doing a little bit of driving around. But I read something that says like the first 10 times under boost, you won't see any kind of improvement. You know, the first 10 times under boost or so. So probably had it under boost 10 times here, running around the neighborhood, and I'm going to at least give you guys a little bit of a preview here as to what these chipped ECUs are going to drive like. Hopefully this camera's picking up the air fuel gauge and the boost gauge here. Obviously you can't see how many PSI. I have this IPD boost gauge connected, but I don't have it wired yet, so obviously it's not lit up. But we'll still do a little, I guess we could say a little pussy pull here. We're not going to really do any kind of serious pull. But I'm just going to kind of describe to you what the car feels like difference-wise between being unchipped and now. So it feels like it has a lot more responsive, like, torque coming from a dead stop. But before, it kind of took a little bit for the turbo to spool up and for things to like get going before you got any kind of like boost build up. But now it seems like it's a lot more willing to go from a stop. So let's see. I don't know, it's kind of a dangerous night here to be fucking around driving, but I'll turn around and drive back and we'll see how it does on the kind of a highway pull type of thing here. I don't want to get pulled over or anything, but let me turn around. Okay, we're cruising along here, probably about 35 miles an hour. Let's see what happens if I get rid of overdrive. Not too bad. I'm sure it's going to get a little bit better as I drive it more. Like I said, I just installed a chip earlier, so I am enjoying it. I would definitely recommend some eBay chips for your red block turbo. That'll be it for this video.